right, here we go. Machiwa. Thank you, all of you holy ones, all of you angelic humans, all of you awakening, ascending star seeds and indigo children, all of those incarnating from those higher dimensional levels, the Kirashe, the Kundere, blessings from Unisai. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here with us. This is a regular thing on Saturdays, 6 p.m. and Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm in Nevada. So tonight we're going to be talking about what really are angels. And the main reason for this video tonight is I want to go into the guardian angelic nations and which races belong to, who are part of that, and who are part of the founders' guardian angels. You could say angels or archangels. There's even higher, you would say, levels of consciousness, of body matter beyond archangel, and that's something called an avatar. So we have actually something that created the avatar, and that is called Rishi or Brenua. So the Brenua are in the multiverse, which I'll be explaining in detail and showing you the diagram, is the 5th universe out of our multiverse, the highest. The avatars are in the 4th universe, the archangels are in the 3rd universe, and the angels are in the 2nd universe. And by the way, humans are in the 1st universe, the lowest. Now, we didn't start there, and we're not limited to that level, just putting into perspective of how the human drama is playing out. So, and there's all kinds of ideas, you guys, about angels. Okay, all kinds of ideas of what are archangels. A lot of these, coming out of religion, have names. They're famous. Apparently, people are contacting through their psychic abilities, through channeling these spirits, connecting to angels and archangels, having fellowship, having some type of arrangement with these beings. This is a psychic interaction. This is something that you perceive through your extrasensory perceptions. And so they can come to you in dream state. They can come to you in meditation, in medicine state, in an altered state. These are beings from other worlds. I mean, many cultures talk about angels and archangels. They all agree that they're not coming from Earth. They're coming from somewhere outside the Earth. Now, in these teachings, the Emerald Order freedom teachings, I would even go beyond that. Into what's called, well, first of all, you have to realize that we're not, I got to throw this lighter away. This one doesn't work anymore. Let's get this light lit, guys. Machiwa. And so there is light. Now, one thing that's important to say, not all angels are positive. There are fallen angels. And so many different cultures talk about angels, but not in some type of multiverse perspective, not in a like dimensionalized perspective. So that's something that we do from these teachings, is we explain the context of creation, that these beings exist, which all races exist, including the human race. So it's important to understand that, to understand the identity, the conscious level and body matter of an angel and of an archangel. Because if you think about it, in the Bible, it doesn't talk too much about exactly what are angels. There's some distortion, there's some contradictions about angels from the biblical scripture point of view, from other religions' point of view. And so this is where, in these teachings, we talk about how there is an ancient, super ancient war. Now, it isn't angels from this point of view. It's not angels versus God, so to speak. I mean, they can behave in an anti-godly way. Yet last week we talked about the law of one and how these beings are following the path of chaos. And they can behave in ungodly ways. I just say that because it's not the same way as the original fall from Lucifer and 1/3, 2/3, whatever of the angels fell. This is not the same narrative that we're talking about tonight. And so, yes, there's fallen beings. Yes, there is something like the hell or Hades, but without the fiery pits. It's not a place of fire. But to each their own. People are going to describe hell or Hades or the lake of fire in different ways. But the Guardians call this place, it's a real place, you guys, called the Phantom Matrix. This is where fallen beings, fallen consciousness come from. Where they're originating from, where they're, contacting us from. But they call it a black hole system, a sub-time space distortion cycle. Okay, so notice the word distortion, not the original. It's not part of Source God's original intention to have some phantom matrix, but that was based on one of the discrepancies in the Bible is say that angels have no free will, or they're just servants of God, or they can't make their own choices. This is not the case. Obviously, that's a contradiction because they use their free will to fall. So they do have some free will. They can choose good or bad choices, just like humans can choose bad or good choices, just like any alien being or angelic being can experience, make foolish mistakes, or, that which is not the original intention of yourself and of Source God. And so angels do have a free will. They're exercising it, and they're using their free will to follow the path of chaos, which we'll go into more detail tonight. And so it's a big topic, you guys, and a lot of people claim to be contacted or in contact with aliens, or a lot of people all over the world, all different languages and cultures, have seen aliens or angels, archangels. So while not all humans have that ability, doesn't mean they can't. It just means they're not activated in their own personal spiritual journey. Because what we're talking about is psychic abilities, which is part of the evolved beings. Non-evolved beings don't have psychic abilities. Beings who are literally evolving themselves, expanding themselves, they start to develop psychic abilities. It's part of all humans' potential. It's not something that's a sin. It's not something that's negative or demonic. Okay? So even though demonic beings, fallen angel beings, can have psychic abilities, but so can good guys. This is known for thousands of years. In all different types of cultures, people are experiencing psychic abilities, whether you personally believe in them or not. And so the Hindus talk about psychic abilities. The Buddhists talk about them. All these different cultures talk about the different types of the psychic abilities and how they're connected to the chakras. Even the Guardians talk about the chakras. We call them Templar. Okay? That's where we have psychic abilities from. If they were all closed, your third eye closed, your crown closed, you're not going to experience psychic abilities. But as soon as you open your heart chakra, that's the fourth chakra, the fifth chakra, the sixth chakra, as soon as you start to open these chakras, you have extrasensory abilities, and you can perceive angels and archangels. You can see them, you can hear them, you can feel them. You can see not just these beings, you can see other worlds. You can travel I'm sure some of you have heard of astral traveling. Well, they're traveling in the 4th dimension. They're traveling in the archetype 5th dimension and the celestial 6th dimension. You're not limited just being on the earth plane. You can go to these other planes, what we call dimensions. You can go to these other dimensions and you will see these other beings such as angels and archangels. Now there's another thing that we'll be going into tonight is called the guardian angelic nations. That's not some New Age term. It's not coming from New Age. You'll find it in these books, the Voyagers books. You can buy these for hundreds of dollars if you want, but you don't have to. You can buy the PDF digital version of this book for free. I'll have our moderators, there's Giannis in there, please provide a link, you guys, to our moderators to the free 600-page book. This is a couple hundred pages. It's free, and it breaks down and mentions the guardian angelic nations. You're not going to hear that anywhere else, only in these teachings. Let me hydrate myself. I didn't get water. I didn't fill my cup up. So when this is empty, I'll have to go get some, guys. I'll say hello to everybody. I just want to get this incense going. I got a new roll of charcoal discs. As a matter of fact, if you guys burn incense like I do, this is called frankincense. Frankincense resins. That looks like pebbles or rocks. They feel like it too, but they're hard resins, and you just burn them, melt them. They melt, and then you smell the fragrance. But they have to be burned on charcoal discs like this, little round discs. There's 10 of them in here. And you guys, write it in the comments if you have personally seen angels, whether they're positive or negative, light angels or fallen angels. Get that grill going on. Thank you so much, you guys, for spending your Saturday with us. A little bit of your Saturday with us. This is the day after Halloween, which is a day of sacrifice, black magic, death, horror. No thank you. I had nothing to do at all last night with Halloween. Got some frankincense, got some copal, white copal and gold. This is the gold one. See, it's like a little pebble. Excuse me. Benzoin. Let's see. Get a piece of benzoin. Just a piece. I don't need one of these big ones. That's even big, but I'll use this one. It'll fit. And amber resin. Machiwa. Machiwa. Ka, ta, ra, ki, ra, she, kun, da, re. Cleanse and protect this space. Cleanse and protect my light body, my aura, my fields. My chiwa. Chikas. Masu. Get that going on. Cleanse and purify thyself, holy ones. What's going on, my vato locos in Christ? Christos. We got Kristen Loves. Give me a hug. Chihuahua. Stunning artwork, Angel, E.T., and Hazi. Thank you, sister. Just beautiful. Grand evening, all my loves, and lovelies. Hope everyone's having a beautiful, wonderful night and day for those in TMR already. What a wonderful bundle of joy. Thank you so much, Kristen Loves. Bless you, sister. So happy to have you here. Yeah, it should be a good topic. You said it, sister. Giannis, one of our moderators, our first moderator on tonight, Star Sister. Thank you so much for being here, Giannis. Bless you. She says, Machiwa, Kristen Love, the angel artwork is mesmerizing. You too. Thank you, Giannis. Bless you. And you guys, I spent a lot of work on that. These, like the artwork of my channel. I mean, of my videos and stuff. That's a big part of my work. And to me, you know, there's different teachers and they're all going to teach in their own way. One of the ways that your brother Anuhazi teaches is very visual. I want to be very visual and I strive for accuracy. And so I look very, you know, detailed in the teachings that describe these beings. And yeah, I need to make an artwork for sale of that angel or one of those angel ETs on my Etsy shop. I only have a few, but not that particular one. But I'm also in the middle of making not the middle, I'm getting close to the end. I should have another angel video on Monday, a video short. Now this is the Oraphim angel, not cherubim, not seraphim, not Elohim. This is Oraphim. And this is not, you're not going to hear that anywhere else. But from these teachings, it is these teachings that are revealing the forbidden history, the forbidden knowledge. What most people get are religious sources, occult sources, New Age sources. Not here on this channel. We talk about the distortions of those and how they're distortion. And so I prefer to make it very visual and that it's a part of the storytelling. There's a part of the explanation. Of picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So yeah, you guys, stay tuned. On Monday early morning, I plan on uploading my Oraphim video. It should be done by then. I'll spend the rest of tomorrow finishing it. So I'll actually give you a sneak peek. You'll see what's the Oraphim look like, and some of you already know, but I just want to show others who haven't seen that, share that. So thank you, Giannis. Good to see you, Holy One, sister. Sun Champ in the house. Woohoo! Good to see you, Holy One. G Light family. You said it, fam. Sister. Daphne B, sister. Big hugs to you. Been a member for over a year. Blessings to you, Holy One. Much love to all, she says. Good to have you. Rachel, right? Good evening, beautiful people. Lots of positive vibrations, right? El Salvador, Kira, Shay, you said it, Holy One. Somebody's studying these teachings. Much respect. Karen Steele, good evening, Christos and all. Good evening to you, Karen. Lothar in the house, good evening. Oh, Sandra, it's 1 a.m., almost 1:11 a.m., right? And just so you know, me and my beautiful, gorgeous, sexy twin flame, we're seeing ones all the time. And what is today? November 1/1/1, and then earlier today in the afternoon I got 111. So 1111. Wait, 111 and 111. Lots of ones. Mwah, to my twin. So Sandra, hola, familia, says Sandra, ¿cómo estás? We got feminine Christ, I'm an angel. I recall coming in this existence and remembering dreams. Maybe you meant dreams in the womb. Thank you for being here, Feminine Christ. Jenny Asite in the house. Hi, Soul Family. Chocolate Win. Kisses and hugs. Great topic. I wanted the universe to speak about this. Do you think Jesus was an archangel? Well, we don't talk about this. Well, you probably already heard me say earlier. This is not from the biblical point of view. We talk about God, we talk about Jesus, but not from the religious point of view, the Christian, Judaic point of view. But Jesus was, remember I mentioned earlier that there's archangels, and avatars, and Brenoa. Well, Jesus, what we call Jeshua, Sananda, Melchizedek. Jeshua was beyond an archangel. He was an avatar. And he was an avatar that came in to help in this, you would say, this spiritual drama playing out on earth. And so we don't have the same record. We don't share the same record of Jesus as the religion does. So Jesus was an avatar. He was also what's called an indigo child, indigo type 1. There's type 2s and type 3s. Jeshua was an avatar, indigo child. And according to these teachings, he was the last 12-strand avatar. We all have that potential, but it's dormant. But Jesus was the last one here on earth that had them all turned on. Man, that brother was freaking powerful. Machiwa to Jeshua. Much respect to Jeshua. Can you imagine having that turned on? Lynn Mitchell, have a great weekend and be safe. Sir Madison, brother, Machiwa to you, Holy One. Good to have you. Now we have 2 moderators in the house. Sandra Payment, Machiwa all. Elixir Vision. Connor Sites Bowen. All right, you guys. No, thank you, Giannis. Tyson, yeah. Hi. Hey. Tyson says, hey, what's up, Vato Loco? Lady Lynn Energy. Right? Machiwa, you guys. I gotta get into this, you guys. Star Sister, Giannis. Thank you so much for that, Giannis. Thank you for supporting this work. Thank you for that exchange of energy. Bless you in your spiritual journey. And she's also not just a moderator, but she's also a member for over a year. She's definitely here with service to others. Thank you so much for your service, Giannis. Thank you for your support. Bless you. Hand pan and G-Light. There we go, you guys. So thank you for... I didn't fill up, did I? Angels and archangels. We exist within what's called a 15-dimensional time matrix, including angels, including archangels and avatars, and Rishi, Brenoa. All of these different beings exist within this multiverse. And so we do get visited sometimes by these beings. Okay? You don't call them spirits. They're physical in their own way, in their own level of physicality. So they're not just spirits. They're real beings that have their own planets. Now, someone who's totally religious think that's blasphemy or a lie or just ridiculous. Angels don't come from planets. So, as I was just said, we live within a huge creation. The Guardians, in these teachings, it's called the 15-dimensional, that means 15 dimensions, 15-dimensional time matrix. Okay? So, there isn't just the Earth level of reality. Okay, so we're not just talking about in the Earth universe, universe 1, not just other galaxies in our universe, not just other planets in our universe. Okay, we're talking about these beings, specifically angels and archangels don't come from our universe. That's impossible. That's not what an angel is. An angel is beyond carbon matter. It's into something called carbon etheric matter. That's the second universe. Archangels are coming from the third universe. There's no carbon in that universe. It's completely etheric. Think of ether, etheric matter, as being just, there's no physicality anymore. It's like spirit. It's ghost-like, but not ghosts. But what people think of as ghost-like, apparitions-like, you're not limited to physicality. You don't have a body, but you do have a DNA template still. But these beings can shapeshift. Okay? Archangels can shapeshift. Angels cannot. Well, I'm not saying all angels. Some angels, even beings in the first universe, can shapeshift. So let me correct myself. But I was just trying to explain that in density universe 3, all beings can shapeshift. They don't have a body anymore. Not how we think of as a body. So, the first universe out of 5 universes of the multiverse is called the carbon matter. It's referenced as the carbon matter holographic universe or density universe. Those words are interchangeable. You'll hear speaker 1 using one or the other. You'll see the Voyager's books using one or the other. So neither one is incorrect. They're both correct. Holographic universe or density universe 1 is carbon matter. Holographic universe 2, density universe 2, is carbon etheric matter. This is where angels are coming from. Now, each universe has 3 dimensions. The first carbon matter universe is made of dimensions 1, 2, and 3. You see why out of 15 dimensions, it's the lowest one? The least evolved one? So, the second universe is made of dimensions 4, 5, and 6. Wow, interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The angels live in the second universe between dimensions 4, 5, and 6. Archangels are in the third universe. Remember, it's called etheric universe. No more matter density, physicality. It's described as etheric matter. And so, this is tonight's topic. These beings in the second universe and the third universe are visiting us in the first universe. These more evolved beings, who are, by the way, immortal. Humans lost that a long time ago. We used to be immortal, not anymore. Our planet got distorted. So you can't be immortal here. It's impossible. You automatically have the effect of 2/3 of the planet affecting your DNA. All life is affected. Even not just humans, but plant and animal life. The animal kingdom is all affected. The plant kingdom is all affected. The subatomic and atomic level is all affected by this planetary distortion. So even these visiting beings like an indigo child and a starseed come in, they become distorted in their fields. There's part of their forms become distorted. So that's the mechanics of consciousness here on Earth. Not to mention there's DNA distortions, which makes us even less distortion. You see how people say we're only 1/10 or 10% of our consciousness, of our full potential? Imagine if you had that full potential. Jeshua did. Avatars do when they awaken themselves. Indigo children can when they awaken themselves. So, I mean, eventually you'll be able to experience the paranormal, man, the supernatural. What other people who are ordinary don't have these abilities yet, or haven't awakened them, or don't even believe in them. They haven't, they disbelieve. And so, these three universes, human beings and other aliens, not just humans, are in the first universe, and angels come from the second universe through stargates. They don't travel this way. They're actually separate universes. They're separate by what's called a frequency modulation zone. The word, the phrase escapes me right now. It bugs me. Something modulation zone, I believe. I don't know the first word. Frequencies. Let me look in Adobe Voyagers 2. I'll just put zone. Not the bridge zone. Frequency modulation zone. Frequency modulation zone. Frequency modulation zone. Oh, man. I wonder if it's on my own diagram. And I might as well open the diagram for you guys, but there's some type of modulation zone between each universe, and that's why you have to be able to access stargates. You can't just go there, travel there. You have to jump there. Go through a stargate, not a wormhole. A wormhole only keeps you within the universe. Stargates take you to other universes. This is why there's only 12 of them. Remember, everything's with all the density beings and ETs and planets are in dimensions 1 through 12. The solar Rishi, the universal trinity, are in density 5. You can't go there naturally through a stargate. So only through the planetary stargates, there's only 12 universal stargates because of the 12 dimensions. So those are the only way you can get out of a universe. I mean, go to the next universe. I think it's a frequency modulation zone, but I'm trying to think in my mind if it's on. There might be on the Cathara. But anyways, let me share this diagram real quick. The 15-dimensional time matrix. You can't really have an intelligent conversation about angels and archangels without this. I mean, without knowing the context of creation as being a 15-dimensional reality field. This is a 15-dimensional reality field. And like I said, we're in the first universe. And this is what I was talking about. You can't go to the next universe because there's a frequency modulation zone, if I'm using the right word. And you can't go there without going through stargates. Now, there's a universal stargate in our solar system. So we're one of the 12, man, which is pretty freaking amazing when you think about it. And this is why the fallen angels want our stargates. So the second universe is where angels come from. It's a type of being. Angels are carbon etheric beings, carbon crystal bodies. So all beings, let me repeat that. All beings in the second universe are called angels. It's a descriptive term that's referencing their what you call density matter. Angels are beings that have carbon etheric matter. Archangels are beings that have etheric matter. Remember I said it's ghost-like. Gender ends, no more males and females, just androgyny. Bodies end, because physicality is etheric matter. So you're ghost-like. It doesn't make you not real. It doesn't make you a spirit. There's no such thing as that. That's a human made-up word. We use the word spirit or spiritual or spirituality so people understand this is what we're talking about. This is spirituality. Okay? But we call these beings extraterrestrials, not spirits. A succubus is an extraterrestrial. A demon is an extraterrestrial. A fallen angel and regular angels are extraterrestrials. But when you're stuck in a church or a synagogue and they teach you about hell and heaven, you don't know anything about extraterrestrials or anything about dimensions or universes or density matter. What the hell is density matter? Well, I'm showing you. The scientists talk about something called carbon matter, right? Well, there's other higher levels than carbon matter, and that's what we're explaining. In the second universe, which our scientists don't acknowledge or haven't discovered, or these other ones. Remember, the scientists think you can go light speed and go to another system. These aliens aren't traveling light speed all the time. They're jumping through wormholes, jumping through stargates. You'll see that in some movies. They'll use stargates and they'll use wormholes. Like in Jodie Foster. You know that movie she was in where she's going through a freaking wormhole to another freaking destination? Yeah, that was one of my favorite movies, by the way. But this is levels of the creation that you're not taught in religion. Even New Age doesn't know all of this detail. As a matter of fact, religion keeps calling us Gaia. We're not Gaia. This is Gaia in the third universe. We're on Earth, homies. And when you ascend, you're not going to Gaia. You're going to the fourth, the fifth, or the sixth dimension of Tara. Do you hear anyone else talking about Tara? No, it's only in these Emerald Order Freedom Teachings. MCEO, Emerald Covenant. New Agers skip. They skip all this history, all this context of creation. They just jump right over it and think they're going to Gaia. You're not going to Gaia, homie. There's a divine right order, and you go through in order. Dimension 1, Dimension 2, ascend to Dimension 3, ascend to Dimension 4, ascend to Dimension 5, ascend to Dimension 6. Now, when you're a unique race like the humans who come from Dimension 5, originally, that's the angelic humans. Look at Dimension 5. Follow Dimension 5. Follow Dimension 5. Angelic humans, Dimension 5. Okay, so you can skip the fourth dimension because we originally come from 5D and it's in our dormant DNA. So, but normally you have to go, but anyways, if you're in 5D and you want to go higher, you're going to have to go to 6D, and then 7D, and 8D, and 9D, and then the 10th dimension, and then 11th dimension, and finally, the Christ level, the Christos level, D12, dimension 12, where our divine blueprint is, and where the guardian, some of the guardians are coming from. So, besides, I mean, we are going to use the word angels, but technically the actual term for any of these beings in dimensions 4, 5, and 6 is a soul. The guardians use the Anahazi word Dora. And for the beings in Universe 1, they use the word Taran. But here you call them whatever, it depends on your race, but here they call them angels. So notice I put it in parenthesis, because it's not technically, we don't just say angels, but we call them souls. And archangels, we actually, remember that's also in quotes, we call them oversouls. In the third density universe, they're called Tura. Tura, Dora, Taran. That's tonight's topic. We're talking about the Dora and the Terra, souls and oversouls, angels and archangels. Beings that exist in dimensions 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And notice that even archangels are not the highest beings. Jesus goes, like if someone asked if Jesus was an archangel, Jesus is coming from the 12th dimension. No wonder religion confused it with Christ. They have no concept of the 12th dimension though. Jesus, Jeshua, is a Christos avatar, and so are all humans. But it's dormant. For most humans, strand 4 to the strand 12 is dormant. That's 9 strands, 9 levels of your original consciousness. They don't even connect. This is why most humans, billions of humans, who are only with 2, I've heard Ashana say only 2.5, that's about right here, to 3.5, which is right by here. Let me show a different diagram, but you go from, this is 1.5. This is 2.0. You have 2 strands of DNA at this level. Well, so halfway between here is 2.5. This is 2.0, halfway is 2.5. Most humans only have 2.5, and some of the evolved ones have up to here, halfway, 3.5. Look, notice inner Earth is not in the 4th dimension yet. It's between, it's like 3.5 in the year 5336 AD. That's way in the future from 2025. This is why if you have 4.5 strands, you can go to this 3.5 level of inner Earth. Remember, your consciousness is always 1 dimension higher than where your body is. So if most humans are around 3 strand, that's because our consciousness is in here. We are souls projected ourselves into these bodies, vessels, vehicles for our souls. We have 12 in our immediate family and 144 in our larger family, because in reality, the greater reality is you have 144 souls. So let me open a different diagram. Let me see. Oh, this is the picture you see tonight. Angels are aliens. Demons are aliens, not the other way around. Now let me explain this, because you think, oh, it's the same thing. If you're saying demons are aliens, instead of the other way, aliens are demons. It doesn't make a difference. It does make a difference. Let me explain why. If you're saying that demons are aliens, no, religious people, they're saying that aliens are demons. So they're saying aliens don't exist, that people who believe in aliens are full of crap. They don't understand, in their mind they're saying this, they don't understand that those are not aliens, they're demons. A spiritual being. Okay? Now the religious person is utterly clueless to know what is an angel. An alien being who goes through spiritual ascension in a 15-dimensional time matrix, who uses stargates, who uses wormholes, who has psychic abilities. No, now they truncated it. Oh, it's a demon. So what? The understanding is reversed. They always have been aliens, but they're being called demons or fallen angels or even archangels. I just showed you they're actually souls or oversouls in different dimensions of reality. But we can call them angels and archangels, but they're not demons. It's negative aliens that are demons. You can call demons fallen angels, fallen consciousness, chaos consciousness. There's a difference. So there's no such thing as spirits. What is a spirit? It's a being coming from another dimension. Now there's something called disembodied consciousness. Still not a spirit. It's a disembodied consciousness that doesn't have a body. Spirit, ghost is a made-up human word. So we need to check our vocabulary, check our perception. These beings don't exist because they're spirits or they're not important. They're very real, they're very physical, and they're beings that come through here through stargates or through consciousness in your dream state, because they're psychic, and so are some of you. So you guys can agree, we can agree to disagree if you don't think that's true. There's no such things as spirits. The idea of spirits, ghostly like things flying around, apparitions, ghosts, spirits, they're aliens, they're ETs. They always have been, always will be. Beings that are coming from carbon etheric matter, they're ghost-like. They look like a spirit because they don't have as many atoms. So when they don't understand what that is, they come up with some word like spirit, and all these people think, oh, those are spirits, demons are spirits, fallen angels are spirits. No, they're real physical beings. They're aliens. They're extraterrestrials, not from our terrestrial reality system. They're from a different reality system, a different dimension, a temporal dimension. What you call a succubus, a spirit, it's not a spirit, it's a freaking extraterrestrial. Always has been, always will be. All of these things, okay. List 12 things that people consider spirits. I just made up a number 12. Could be any number. Ancestral spirits. Extraterrestrials. Nature spirits. Well, nature spirits could be entities from our reality, but also other reality, other dimensions. Like in the second dimension are plant consciousness, animal consciousness, and elemental consciousness. So people are still going to call them spirits when they're actually physical beings in our universe. Animal spirits, same thing, ETs from other dimension. Guardian spirits, ETs from other dimensions. Spirit guides, ETs from other dimensions. Angels, I just explained angels and I explained demons. Deities, gods, ETs from other dimensions. Poltergeists, ETs from other dimensions. There's no such thing as spirits. When you start to understand the creation, these are alien beings at different levels of density matter. Angels exist in a different density matter, but they can come and visit our Earth. You're going to see an alien being. And most angels, and I've heard Ashana say this herself, and it should be logical by now, most angels do not have wings. Winged reptilians, they have wings. The Omicron dragon moths have wings. A few races have wings, like the Azurites, from my memory. Oraphim angels don't have wings. Not all seraphim races have wings, like the bird people. They're part of the guardian angelic nations. They're one of the guardian founder races. Wait, the bird people have wings, obviously. Sorry, I meant the like the reptilians, like the insectoids. Well, some insects like beetles have wings. You have to think of the species, because not all species have wings, right? It's the same with ETs. They're all different races, different species. Not all of them have wings. If we're talking about billions, trillions, quadrillions of different types of species and races and alien beings, obviously you're going to have all kinds of beings. All kinds of angels, all kinds of archangels. So, not all angels have wings. Chikas Masu. Some of my other alien angels. Now, this is old artwork. I can do a lot better now than these pictures, because the AI model has gotten much better. This is an older generation, but still good. Alien extraterrestrial. Alien extraterrestrial. Angels are aliens, not the other way around. I just explained that, didn't I? Alien extraterrestrial. Are you getting it yet? I don't know, maybe. I gotta remake these because I can do a lot better than this. Alien extraterrestrial. Beautiful being, right? They have more of their DNA template than we do. They have 6 strands, 4 strands, 5 strands, 6 strands. Archangels have 7, 8, 9 strands. Angels are aliens. They've always been that way. Not the other way around. Just saying. Alien extraterrestrials are angels. And they all don't have wings. And if anyone likes these artworks, I can sell this artwork just the same prices I'm selling on my Etsy shop. You can send me a PayPal. I will make any of these if you want a poster, whatever size you want. Machiwa. Now, this isn't a specific race, but it's a portrayal of angels when I would make videos about trying to explain to people that angels aren't what you think they are. You don't see pictures of angels in the Bible. Yeah, this is maybe startling to some people. But yeah, this is your brother Anhazi's artwork. So I have made human-looking angels because I was making videos debunking angels. Like this is actually exist in my. Let me show you. This one exists in my Etsy shop right now. So that's obviously humanized, but I showed you what they actually look like. I think this one's on my Etsy shop. Maybe that one is. I just can't remember. I haven't checked in a while. But I made plenty of Archangel Michael and Metatron fake. They're not the real thing. These are examples of real aliens. I mean, real angels. They're not gonna look like pretty humans with wings. It's such a ridiculous idea. When even people say they come from other worlds, I mean, you know, heaven, whatever. Why would they look like us? And just the concept of hybrid beings. We have hybrid, partial human, partial alien. That's what a hybrid is. That. Let me go back to the diagram. These are actually, if you want to be accurate, these are souls and oversouls. Or we can use the Anhazi word. These are Dora and Terra. Just like humans are Taran. And by the way, you can get this diagram, help support this on my Christos Avatar TV, you guys. I have the old one for $15 and the new expanded one, which is this one, expanded for sure, is $20. And I have the diagram, it's like $40+, the physical poster size technical diagram. This is a technical diagram. And so please support this work, you guys. And this is an excellent study tool. Now, regarding some of the races of angels, they come from one of the three universal trinity. There's three trinity. There's three primary founders. In these teachings, you'll learn about the Elohai. The Elohai, blue flame, emerald order, baby. And then there's another one of the three trinities, the Seraphai, gold order, and Brahmarama, the amethyst order. Blue flame, gold flame, violet flame. All guardian races, and these are levels of this 15-dimensional time matrix that is not distorted. It is only those levels that are not distorted. All the other levels, when I say distorted, it means that it has the potential for negative or shadow consciousness. You know, do shadow work because there's shadow in all these levels. And so the guardians are the ones serving the law of one, the sacred universal law of one. Source God. Notice we didn't put a name here. We didn't put Jehovah. We didn't put Allah or Sirius. God doesn't have a name. We call it Source because everything returns to Source or comes from Source. And so And in our time matrix, our 15-dimensional time matrix, all the alien races. Notice I show you where they are. Dimensions 1, 2, dimensions 12. These are all alien races, extraterrestrial races. You're not going to see something say angel or archangel. We call them what they are, and let's look at some of them. Like in the archangels, these are all archangel races. The Leonines, archangels. Arcturans, at this level, archangels. Of course, the Lyran, Syrian, Anuhazi, archangels. None of these have wings, by the way. Just saying. There's a positive race called the Elohim, not the Anu Elohim. That's the dark one. There's a positive race that the Lyran Anuhazi created called Elohim. I'm making the Orifim race. Oh, that's in lower density. I'm making the Orifim race, but next I'm going to create, after the Orifim, I'm going to create the Elohim. So you guys can see what they look like. But I don't think the Voyager's books tells us what they look like. Unless some of you have heard Ashana Dean describe the density 3, not density 4, but the density 3 Elohim. These are archangels, you guys, and some of them are fallen. The Hyperboreans fell, the Pleiadian etheric apes fell, the Anu Melchizedek fell, the Dracon fell. The dragons are archangels. Dragon races, reptilian races are archangel level. Remember what I said, all beings in density universe 2 have the classification as angel. Angel is a classification of density matter. So the Dracon are from density 3, and so they're archangels too, but a fallen archangel. These are the gold flame races. There are a lot of insectoids and reptilian races, like the avian Anu Draco. You mix an Azrael with a Dracon, you get dark archangels. These are all archangels. Like the gargoyles are an archangel. You guys, I'm getting this from Voyager's books. This entire information, like I know this from memory. This is in Architects of Light. Like, I'll show you. Open Architects of Light. Density 3. This row is density 3. Orion Winged Dracon, Reptilian Anunnaki. These are archangels. Malevolent dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are aliens, homie. Reptilian aliens. Insectoids. Gargoyles. I did my homework. Zephlahim. They're in density 3. Avian Anu Draco. I put that in my diagram, as you can see. I'm getting it from the Guardian records. I'm not making this stuff up. I strive for accuracy, man. I pray all the time to my Elohai Guardian self for accuracy. So, even before I did this live, I always make that connection, man, to Holy Elohai. Shaddai Ure Akum Tan. These are archangels. I'm not going to say all of them because there's billions, trillions, quadrillions of races. I'm talking about the ones involved in the human drama. And these are angels, a lower level, in density universe 2. The Bigfoot is an angel. A positive one. Pleiadian Nordics are angels. The avian Nordics are angels. That means bird, Nordic. Syrians from Sirius A, Sirius B are angels. The Orifeme, of course, are angels. Let me show you the Orifeme. I'm so excited because I just made those. You guys know I'm making those in 9x16 now instead of 16x9 because most people, I mean, most of the platforms are based on cell phones now. I can't. Would you want to watch a movie in 9x16 vertical format? No. But we've been trained to to create content in vertical and look at the phone in a vertical way. Man, I still tilt my phone widescreen and take videos in widescreen. I'm not following no stupid vertical landscape. But because I'm making videos for the internet, I gotta go along with what other people are saying. Orifeme. Orifeme. Now, let me read you a description from the Voyager's books that tell us exactly, why did you make it like this? I'm telling you why. This is what the Guardians say in Voyagers 2. Lyran Sirian Pleiadian Orifeme prototype is a thin, 12 to 20 foot tall, androgynous, that means not male or female, feline avian, that means it's part cat, part bird, feline, avian, human, land, water. Well, there's certain types there's 5 types of Orifemes. Some of them are water-based, some of them are land-based, some of them are, mammals. And so this is why it says land, water, mammal. Breatharian, does not eat, draws nourishment directly from the atmosphere in which it is placed. The original Orifeme have deep tan or powder white or pale blue skin. Hello. Pale blue skin. Elongated heads. I tried my best to get elongated heads. Elongated heads. This one didn't turn out as good as elongated head, but I'm not done with the description. They're petite, childlike facial features. 6 fingers and toes. No ears or small cat-like ears. So some of them don't have ears, some of them have small cat-like ears. On the side of the head. Some have small cat-like lips. And with a split in the upper lip and a feline nose. I'm not done, but I want to change the picture. These guys are tall, man. You'll hear it soon in a bit here. These are angels, by the way, Orifeme angels. Others have small, thin lips with a mild downward dip in the upper lip that resembles the shape of a tiny bird beak, because some of the Orifeme are just bird-looking, with a petite human childlike nose. Some Orifeme have pure white head hair resembling long, soft fur. Others are bald or have soft, white, feathered skulls. All have hairless bodies and large, slanted, almond-shaped eyes of golden. I haven't made any with golden eyes yet, or electric blue or violet hue. With pure white, I didn't do the pure white, but I did make vertical pupils. Thin eyelids with fine white eyelashes and no eyebrows. I couldn't do 100% the same, but it's basically 95%. I didn't do white slits in the eyes. Man, it's hard to do that, man. But they don't have eyebrows like it says. Oh, look, it does have white eyebrows or eyelashes. And this is the video I'm making on Monday. So stay tuned for that, you guys. I put a lot of my heart and soul into this. This is part of the Guardian teachings, and it gives me great honor just to even share this with you guys. I mean, this is my joy to create to bring the Voyagers books to life. And people are telling me what I should and shouldn't do with my channel. This is exactly what I should be doing with my channel. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Photoshop, yeah. These are angels. Tonight's topic. That's actually an unfinished one. I updated that one. Bird features, feline features, lion nose, split cat eyes, very, very tall, 12 to 25 feet tall. Childlike in their faces. I mean, this is childlike. Very, very beautiful beings, man. It gives me great joy. I mean, I've seen myself as an Azurite. The Azurites are similar, but just they're mostly blue, like very, very blue. And with wings, I believe. I have to confirm that before I make it, of course. This is a guardian race, man, who created the human race. It was not the freaking Anunnaki. It was not the reptilians. This is the race who created humans. It's in the Voyagers books. It's in your freaking DNA, homies. These majestic, beautiful guardian beings following the law of one created us. Very special, very unique, and you see why the Anunnaki are trying to say they made us. No, they did not. These beautiful, tall giants made us. Peaceful giants made us. So let me go back to the time matrix. I got it. Oh shit! I didn't mean. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to shut the whole program down. But anyways, I did that. So now I gotta go out of that. Okay. Hopefully you guys are enjoying tonight's video. Let me take a look at chat. Syrian Star Princess! Woohoo! Thank you for your donation, Holy One. Much respect for and I can't do this without you guys. Thank you so much for your support, Syrian Star Princess. And I know that's not your first time, and you've been a member on this channel for a while. Thank you so much. Bless you, sister. So happy you're on our side. Wow, Nikki B. Seriously, sister. Yeah, that's that. They're not aging. They're immortal beings. They're going to be childlike looking. That's how you'll hear Ashana say it. She'll describe them. Not just the Voyagers will say it. You'll hear Ashana talk about them. Georgina, absolutely enjoying chat. Yes, sister. Woohoo! And you guys, I always have to say this a couple of times during my live. You guys, please support this work. I put the donation link at the top. Please support your brother. $5, $10, $20. Some people have done $50. Whatever you feel called. I mean, Patty Paparazzi has done $300 live. Thank you so much, you guys, for that help, because this is how I pay my bills. Because this is my full-time job. You'll even ask my girlfriend, my twin flame. I work on weekends too. I'm working 7 days a week. Now I'll go on vacation like Sedona or whatever, but otherwise I am working full time. This is why I need your support, you guys. Please support this work. Either donations, you can send a private donation to my PayPal account. The link is below. I put my PayPal link below. Or you can buy one of my art pictures. You guys can even hire me to make one of these pictures that you've seen me tonight. I just showed you almost 50 pictures. If you like one of those, I can make a poster for you. I can make it this small. I can make it this big. Whatever you want. There are different prices. There's 5 different prices for 5 different sizes. So And that's how, and it's just shipped to you anywhere in the world. I think almost anywhere, not everywhere, but Canada, UK, Spain, France, Australia. I'll send my artwork to you. Thank you guys. You said it, Giannis, and Giannis has one of my pictures. Bless you, sister. Let me look for any questions. If you guys have a question, make sure you highlight the question, tag the question. Christos Avatar TV. Thank you, Giannis. Earlier, it looks like you sent that link. Indigo Wizard dropping codes. What's up, brother? Thank you, Indigo, for sharing that link, by the way. Yeah, it looks like Nikki B. Crystal's Avatar TV. Are there any pure angelic humans left on this timeline? Well, no. If you're on planet Earth, you're not an angelic human. You can have the soul essence of an angelic human, which are angels. This is why we're called angelic human. You guys learned something, right? Density 2, universe 2 are all, any being in universe 2, it's a classification of matter. Those are angelic. That's why the Guardians refer to us as angelic human in density 2. The 5D is the second universe. And so you can't have a physical body here, if that's what your question was, of an angelic human. But you can have just like Jeshua, Jesus, had to incarnate in the 3D, but not as his avatar body. You can't bring an angelic human body here, but you can incarnate, your consciousness can incarnate from the fifth dimension angelic human. So there could be walking, talking angelic humans. That's what the root races are. I mean, that's what's making the root races here. Tarans, angelic humans. This is the angelic human Earth hybridization project. But we're limited to 2.5 to 3.5 strands. Some people have up to the heart chakra 4D strands. Some have 5D strands. Some of the indigos have 6D strands. But you can't have a full-blown, like Jesus was the last person to have that. Jeshua, Sananda. So this is the Earth timeline, so I would say no, but you can have consciousness coming in and incarnating on Earth to help in the drama. I mean, if you guys learn about the root races, that's what we are. We're the angelic human souls coming into the Lemurian D3, D2, Atlantean D3, and astral D4. But we don't remember. We forgot because of the distortions in the grids of Earth and in the DNA distortions. So we don't remember that we're angelic human. You get people like me in Oceana and the Guardians reminding you that you are angelic human, that you're a 5D being, that you have 12 strands of DNA. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Sister, star sister, Nikki B. Another spiritual badass. So awesome to see you blossom. I remember your older messages were kind of dark, like you were going through all kinds of hellish experiences. Now it seems like you're experiencing a lot more blessed, beautiful, bright, positive experiences. So it's been an honor to watch you expand and grow, Sister Nikki B. Bless you in your journey. I'm just looking for more highlighted context. If you guys have a question, you need to please tag Christos Avatar TV like Nikki did. OMG, I just looked. Vacuum down, music off, and Christos Avatar TV on. You were vacuuming? We can shapeshift when we step out. Yes, yes. You said it, sister. What's up? Vinny Ramos, thank you, brother. Enuhazi, for your work and for sharing. Thank you, Vinny. Bless you, brother. Thank you so much for that exchange of energy. This is how we roll, baby. This is how we get it done. Machiwa. See if we got some more water here. Just so you guys know, it was last week where I told you I hurt my back. My back is back to normal. It was just from lifting front raises, both of my hands with the dumbbells. I was on my fourth set, and then I was like on the six one, and it just OMG. But it's healed already. So I actually worked out yesterday, so I had to get back in shape. I lost a week or two, man. And when you work out, you don't want to miss. You don't want to have downtime, right? You don't want to lose progress. I want to keep progressing, man. I want to keep on building myself, right? So. Now, there is something called the Guardian Angelic Nations, which is reference to the Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, IAFW. IAFW, Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, IAFW, and that is the Guardian Angelic Nations. All these different star leagues, all these different planets. There's literally 20, I don't want to get my number wrong. I believe in this 25 billion. Wait. Let's look it up together. Guardian Angelic Nations. That might be the Guardian Alliance, who's 25 billion, but I don't want to mess up those numbers. You know, I'm about accuracy. So, the Guardian Angelic Nations is not some mystical New Age term. It's a real, legitimate term. I will show you in the PDF together. Because that's how we roll. We're transparent like that. Guardian Angelic Nations. And this is trying to say it doesn't exist. Unless it's... Let me put Angelic Nations. Maybe it's PDF 1, so... Yeah, 37 results. It's in PDF 1. Let me go. Organize the IAFW, creating a unified collective. Remember what I said? It's connected to the IAFW. A unified collective. That's what the IAFW is. A unified collective of guardian angelic nations. IAFW, Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, a massive universal service organization assembled by the Yanas, that's the Ascended Masters, the Brenoa, that's the Solar Rishi, the Universal Trinity, Elohai, Seraphi, Brahmarama. So the Ascended Masters and the Brenoa founders races 250 billion years ago, upon reinstatement of the founders, Emerald Covenant for life, baby, under the direction of Density 5, Emerald Order Elohai founders, and their Density 4 Anuhazi felines, Christos founders, the Gold Flame, also the Gold Flame Seraphi, and the Amethyst Order, Brahma, rallied their density 4 Christos avatar races for reinstatement of the Emerald Covenant. The Elohai, Anuhazi, Seraphai, Avian, Ceres, and Ceres, that's the bird people, and Athean is the mantis people, that's the gold flame, and the violet flame, Brahma, Pegasus, it's a real being, not a fantasy fairy tale. It's called Pegasi, that's plural Pegasus. And Inu, that's the whale people, cetacean. So they're the I like to show it visually too. Okay, why is it not showing? Maybe because I don't have a diagram in there. So let me get the diagram. Darn it. We got this. How you doing tonight? Are you serious? No way. Okay, we got this. We got this. It said the Anuhazi are part of the blue flame Anuhazi, right? And they said the Athenians and the Ceres, the only two that didn't fall. This one fell, so they didn't include the Anu. But the Anuhazi, who didn't fall, and the Athean and the Ceres didn't fall. And out of the violet flame, they chose the Pegasi and the Inu. The aquatic apes and the dolphins are not part of that. So those races, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races. Anuhazi, Ceres, 2, Athean, Mantis, 3, Pegasi, 4, and Inu, 5. These 5 primary founder races, the ones who didn't fall. They're the ones who organized this huge universal IAFW, this Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, that created the Guardian Angelic Nations. The IAFW was created to protect the Time Matrix because this was after the Lyran Elohim War, after the fall of the Anu Elohim and the Omicron Dragomoth. So there was danger now in the multiverse. Because there was danger, well, they created this IAFW to protect our time matrix from fallen angelic race dominion, to restore the structural integrity of our time matrix that was damaged by fallen angelic warring, like I just said, Lyran Elohim Wars, and to offer Melchizedek Cloister bioregenesis, rehabilitation, and ascension programs to the fallen angelic legions in our time matrix. It didn't tell us how many are in there, but we'll go through this and find it. So, Guardian Angelic Nations, Guardian Angelic Nations, Guardian Angelic Nations. Well, oh my gosh, dude. The royal houses. Anyways, I have it somewhere. What the crap? Wait. Maybe it's on the diagram because I did put these. It's on my diagram. What am I doing? So I don't have to look it up. It's right there on the screen. 250 billion is part of the IAFW. Let me see what the Guardian Alliance says. It doesn't say how many. I forgot. I think it's 10 billion. I'm pretty sure. I think it's 10 billion. So let me look on the PDF again and do a search for 10 billion. 10 billion. No. Okay. It doesn't matter. It's not important. But we're still doing Guardian Angelic Nations. This talks about the Stargate Councils. Higher heavens, dimensions. They're talked about throughout this PDF, you guys. Since 22,000 BC. But anyways, it was known by the angelic nations since that date, final conflict. So these are just the higher guardian races, and they're ones that are following the sacred universal law of one. And so that's the difference between fallen angels and the IFW and the Guardian Alliance, not the Galactic Federation. The Galactic Federation was actually created by the Jehovian fallen angelic Anunnaki. The Jehovian Anunnaki created the Galactic Federation of Light, pretending to be light, false light, reverse light systems, teaching you false New Age distorted systems, false creeds, not the actual innerchristos creed. You get false creeds, they put you in something in between you, such as the Galactic Fed or the Council of Nine, something between you and Source, when there is nothing between you and Source. But that's why they act like they're nice, but they're actually teaching you false creeds, leading you astray, taking you away from your inner Christos, away from your spiritual awakening ascension, and giving you twisted mechanics, broken reverse mechanics, intentionally, on purpose. It is the Jehovian fallen angelic legion who are calling New Agers chosen ones. Source God does not call you a chosen one. The IAFW and the angelic guardian angelic nations are not calling you chosen ones. The Guardian Alliance is not calling you chosen ones. It is the fallen angelic Jehovian Anunnaki who created this term chosen ones. It's even in the Voyager's PDFs. This is where the word comes from. And it is the same group who created Christianity, what you call Judaism. And what is their God called? Jehovah, Yahweh. And it's about Israel and God's chosen people. Same group calling out the chosen people of Israel, calling out now it's the New Agers who are the chosen ones. These are distortions, these are lies and hoaxes. These are the same group who created the Galactic Federation of Light. Same group giving you patriarchal creeds and religions. The same group where you get Metatron from. The same group where you get Thoth from. The same group where you're getting, they were the Nephilim. So, you see how much distortion. These are Luciferians. Thoth, Inky, Luciferian. These are fallen angels, fallen archangels. As a matter of fact, back to the Jehovah God and Jehovah God stories, and Jehovah God is actually, the Israel is actually Nibirian people, hybrid people, soul essences. Abraham, Jacob, Isaac, those are not guardian beings. Those are Jehovian Anunnaki fallen angelic lineages from Nibiru. incarnating from the Nibirian Luciferians. False light, false creeds. This is the same religion that's teaching you fear, guilt, and all that. Blind worship and subservience. These are the fallen angels that are part of the human drama. So, anyways, this was me trying to show you some of the guardian angelic explanation of the guardian angelic nations, which is the IAFW, which I told you was put together by these really high non-distorted beings, avatars that didn't fall, like the Anahazi following the law of one, the Pegasi and Inu following the law of one, and the Athean and Ceres following the law of one, who created the IAFW and the Guardian Alliance. And a lot of people who are coming, who are coming and incarnating here, helping with ascension and awakening, you're working with the Guardian Alliance. Ashana Dean, in 1998, her first workshop, class, that she did, the first thing that came out of her mouth, their first sentence, it might have been the second sentence, whatever. Hi, I'm Ashana Dean. I'm coming from a group called the Guardian Alliance. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe she also mentioned the IAFW, but I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. She does in the Voyagers, which came out in 2000, 2002. Voyagers 1, Voyagers 2. So those are right at the front. They're talked about in Voyagers books. You learn about these guardian angelic nations. Let's just go through them real quick, you guys, because this is tonight's topic. So let me just go starting with the Elohai and all of the lineages that come out of these positive groups, not the fake groups giving you false creeds. So if you have Voyagers 1, open it up and check and read it with us. I'll show you on the screen. So okay, so it started at the top with the Brenawa orders, which are also called the Metaterrestrials. Okay, also called the Universal Trinity. And let me start making these in green. Also called our universal family of consciousness, okay? Those are the ones who start our time matrix. Okay, the density 5 beings. And so the one of them is called the Elohai. Another one's called the Seraphai. And the third one is called Braharama. And so as you saw in the diagram, this was 950 billion years ago. All of them are. 950 billion years ago, Emerald Order. 950 billion years ago. These are ancient freaking angels, right? Guardian angelic nations. 950 billion years ago. They all created, outside of time, they all created simultaneously. These Universal Trinity created extraterrestrials. These beings exist outside of planets and ET races. They're the ones who create planets and created the ET races and populated them. So it started with the blue flame. That's why it's called the first. The gold flame's called the second. The amethyst order is called the third. In frequency, in manifestation, you're always going to have the first ones, the highest ones. in frequency, not in intrinsic value. We're all equal in intrinsic value. I'm talking about amount of frequency, consciousness. They have the most strands of DNA, literally. This is the only race that can have up to 48 strands of DNA. I mean, the only crew. So the highest level beings come out of here. Notice the Azurites come out of the blue flame, Emerald Order. The Orphim come out of the blue order, or Elohai. Indigo children come out of the blue flame. Okay? They created the Anuhazi cat people. These are guardian angels. These are part of the guardian angelic nations. And I will show you some of those. Let me bring it up. Anuhazi. Anuhazi Vatolokos. What some people consider Lyran star seeds, but that's not completely accurate. But this is a connection there. There is definitely a connection to the felines. Alphabetical Lyran star seeds. Okay, so I finally got it rolling in. It's rolling in now. These are more angels, positive beings. Feline cat people were the first part of this guardian angelic nations, the Anuhazi, remember? This is an example of these beings. And so this is what a lot of people are aligned with. And this is what the Lyrans, the Lyran Anuhazi, we come from them. But they're in density 4, humans are in density 1, so we don't look exactly like them still. I mean now, but when you start going up to higher densities, we start to look more and more like these cat people. So I have seen my cat self. A lot of you have, like our star sister Shelley, Stardust Goddess. You know, she talked about it in her interview. And I make some playful pictures too. Might as well have fun, right? But let's get back to real. These are part of our lineage. They're part of the guardian angelic nations. They're part of the Guardian Alliance. Now, I made videos with these beings, so check it out. Your brother Anuhazi, this is one of my main focus. This is part of the, the blue flame Elohai. So, this is what we're talking about in these first races here. So, now they created the Anu. They created the Anu. Oh, wait. I thought it was italicized and easy to find. Maybe one of you guys see it. I just don't see it right now. Anuhazi. What the F, man? It just references their fallen version, Anu Elohim, but I don't see it. My eyes just don't see it. So that kind of irritates me. I'll just put Anu and find it. Shit. Oh, okay. So it wasn't hard, easy to see because it wasn't italicized. Okay. This is fallen, so it's not part of the Guardian Alliance. It's not part of the freaking Guardian Angelic Nations. Just the Anuhazi was. Anuhazi. Anuhazi. I'll just make that highlighted too. So we have now the gold flame. It was talking about the Ceres, avian bird people, and the positive mantis beings, Athean. They're part of the Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds. They're the ones that help, they're the founders of it. So, so far, those two races and then the Anuhazi. So now we go down to the violet flame. And we know it's the Pegasi, the Innu whale people, and the Pegasi. Those are the races who created the Guardian Angelic Nations, IAFW. Positive guardian lineages. Now, a lot of my videos are talking about the fallen angels, man, because it is necessary to explain them and to expose them. But as you saw me making the Orifeme, maybe it's showing you in the blue flame. Let me see. It doesn't talk about them here in this section, but it's later in the PDF. You will talk about the Orifeme, but now the Ceres I haven't made those in the latest artwork, but I can show you what I have made with them. So let me bring that up. Cat people and bird people, right? I showed you Lyran star seeds. Now it's the Ceres. Now remember what I told you. This is old artwork, so it's not as good until I make a new version of this. But I'll show you what I got. Now, sort by name and like simple diagram. I mean, simple picture. Not my greatest work, but it gives you an idea what a humanoid-looking bird being is like. That's what these beings are. And you'll get some of our mythologies based on them. Bird people, bird beings. You even got Corey Good talking about the blue avians. Well, it's got some connection to, I made it in different backgrounds, different connection to the Ceres, coming from the Ceres. These are part of the Guardian Angelic Nations, positive race, a bird people race. Now, when you see movies like The Dark Crystal, those aren't completely bird people, are they? If you look at them closely, they're part reptilian. It's not as if whoever Jim Henson was coming from the Emerald Covenant, right? But these are part of the IAFW, the Guardian Angelic Nations. I should have changed his color of his eyes, but I will when I remake these bird people. So, and then we got the Athean. You see the Athean there? So let me pull up the Athean, which are insectoids, obviously. But they're a peaceful race. Now, this is also my old artwork. Man, this stuff is in backwards order. So, they're in the UFO community as being very scary because they're negative or whatever. That's because, see, it's not very good, but, but they look more like cockroaches or something, but they really do have eyes like that, you know. So some of the dark ones would look scary looking because they're the ones working with the gray aliens, some of them. But we're talking about density 1 versions or density 2 versions, not the high level guardian versions who are more peaceful, more kind. You know, they're actually the beings who did not fall. I mean, that doesn't look very menacing. You know, I was experimenting with the art. It took me a while to get a guardian in there. So, like, I'll try different backgrounds, make him look like a mystic or whatever. And so, yeah, I have to redo this race and make it a lot better. But this gives you a rough sketch. Because when you go online, you find ridiculous images. You can't find anything like this. You'll see this in the Voyager's book. That doesn't help you. But when you get a picture that looks more, you know, real, then there's a big difference, right? So, and it's the same with the other race. What was it? The bird people? Like before I started making these images, there was no references in the internet. Like, for example, this is the kind of pictures I saw online. This is the kind of artwork. This is all I could find of bird people. I couldn't find no sources so I had to create it myself. I had to go and find it myself. So that's the gold flame, the Athean and the Ceres. And so we have the violet flame, the Inuit whale people. Now, this is also my old art, but let me show you the Inuit. Whoa, wait a second. I don't have these made. I don't have whale people, but I do have the Orifeme whale beings. I have made some Pegasus, but these are also my old art, man, so I'll still show it to you. Orifeme dolphin people. They're not even people. Orifeme. But I had to make it look like not a normal whale or porpoise or you know. Like there is some Orifeme. This is my old artwork I'm about to show you. This is old artwork that are mostly cat. They're mostly like the ragdolls, you know, or what are those cats? Persian cats. They look more like the Persian cats. Sorry about the noise in the background. According to Ashiana, these are more of the angels, Orifeme angels, from Density 2. These are definitely guardians. I was just trying to find the whale version. Let me. And here is the bird version of the Orifeme. They said it looks like eagles, a little bit like eagles. This is according to the Voyager's book. And there is a Orifeme that looks like a swan. Remember, you guys, this is my old artwork. It looks like the swan people. But this was the only whale person, a whale being a white whale type of, like the beluga whale, but you know. But those are part of the... I got to make whale people. I also got to make dolphin people. I haven't done that yet. But the other violet flame was the Pegasus. What most people consider as fantasy. And also, again, sort by... Also, excuse my older artwork. I love Pegasus. I've always loved Pegasus. Even though I'm a guy, there's something about Pegasus that have always drawn to me my whole life. And yes, this is my artwork. I created all this. This is me practicing so I can make it for my video eventually. Pegasus, man. Violet Flame, homies. Violet Flame, baby. What's up? Majestic beings. I've seen these beings in my visions and my lucid dreams many times. It's been an honor. Yeah, I don't have many pictures of them. Machiwa. So that's the guardian angelic nations. Wait, was I showing you the Pegasus? No, please don't tell me. I hope I was showing you the Pegasus, man. Did you guys see the Pegasus? Oh, Jamie says we can't see it. Oh my gosh. When's the last picture you saw? The praying mantis? Well, I will quickly show it to you because it's still in my Adobe. Sorry, guys. This is my Pegasus artwork. It's my older artwork, so excuse the artwork. I can make an art piece for any of you guys. This was the dolphin people. I haven't made the dolphin people. This was the swan people, the eagle people, or the bird, orifine bird people. Some of the cat orifine people. This is what I found online. I couldn't find anything, so I started making my own. This is the only thing you saw of a Athean or mantis alien. There wasn't many artwork. Now it's AI. You know, the people can make better images with AI, but this was some of the things that I made. I don't know if you saw any of this. Sorry if I was blocking the screen. Sometimes I don't pay attention to that. So, and the bird people. I think you guys saw the bird people at least, right? Blue avian and there. So sometimes I make that mistake, you guys. I don't do that intentionally. Sorry. Let me look at chat. Thank you, Georgina. I really, really appreciate you guys' feedback. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Jaime, Jamie, Kimberly. Thank you, sister. Thank you, G-Light. Woohoo! Okay, so Nikki B, you have described them in them amazing pics, a remembrance I had and saw in mirror, non-expossible, but thank you so much. You were pure gratitude, lots to learn. Thank you, Nikki B. Bless you. Thank you for that support. And Vinny Ramos, I think I already off. Yeah, okay. All right, you guys. I still need about $70, you guys. If someone could please help with this live before we end tonight, even if a couple of you, at least $70 more, you guys. This is how I can continue working and doing lives. Otherwise, I won't be able to do lives. I'll just work on making T-shirts and selling them. So I would love to be able to do both, but right now I can only do one or the other, right? But so thank you guys for anyone who can give support right before I end tonight. But this is an idea of angels and archangels. This is what we're learning in these teachings. They're not human-looking beings with wings. And they're not just limited to our reality. They go in much higher realities. The angels are in 4th dimension, 5th dimension, and 6th dimension. Archangels are in the 7th dimension, 8th dimension, and 9th dimension. So that's not even the highest level beings. There's much higher beings than that. And that is part. This is also, you guys, important, because it is part of our multidimensional identities. Remember, the human race itself are angels. And we certainly don't look like this. And I'm going to be making pictures of them soon. after I do the Elohim. I need these to start Voyager's books, because Voyager starts with the Oraphim, the Elohim, and the Voyager's 2 books, The Making of Humans. Oraphim, Elohim, and the Syrians, Syrian Council, and the angelic humans who lived in Alania and Lumia, Atlantis, Lemuria. So I need to have the pictures before I can make the video, right? So I'm making the aliens now. I'm making the Oraphim now. Next time I'll make the Elohim, and then the Syrian Anunnaki, and then the angelic humans. So, and it is the Oraphim who created the angelic humans. Human race is also angelic. So, because we come from density 2. Remember, all density 2 beings are angelic. It's a classification. It's not an alignment description. It's a carbon matter being. Angels are carbon matter. Carbon etheric beings. Let me correct myself. We're carbon matter. These angels and ETs that are angels, they're carbon etheric. Archangels are completely etheric. They can shapeshift. And angels and archangels are both immortal. Doesn't mean they can't be destroyed, but they don't go through aging and death like we do. And so this is obviously, if in 5D, we are also immortal. We're also breatharians. We don't eat meat or fruits and vegetables. We don't eat anything. So you can imagine the angelic human, even on the inside, is different than what we are here. Women don't have to give birth anymore up there in Density Universe 2. It's not a birthing vaginal, process, canal. It's not coming from in the body. It's not growing in the body. It's like outside the body. So it's not so terrible. Women don't have to go through a period, right? Giannis, Star Sister, woohoo! Bless you, sister. Thank you so much for supporting this work and for your service. Keep it up, yeah! I'll keep it up. We got this. We got this together. As a team, Team Indigo, give me 5. What's up? Yeah, you guys, this is how we roll, and we're bringing in the innerchristos. We're bringing in the Christic frequency, the Christos ray. We are the Christos ray. The angelic humans were created to hold the Christos frequency. We have 12 strands of DNA. We are angels. Now down here, we don't remember that. It's become dormant inside of us, and we're meant to reactivate our angelic consciousness, our soul. Remember, it's technically called the soul level. We're meant to awaken our soul angelic level identity. We're all angels, but down here, we're severed from our higher DNA. It's become dormant, and even the scientists can see that 97% of our DNA is dormant. So our higher self doesn't even look human. The angelic human looks like an alien if you showed pictures of them. They wouldn't look like this. They have, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they have elongated head, like the Oraphim did. But I have to check, you guys. I have to double check all the PDFs and make sure I'm doing it correctly. And some of the descriptions that Ashiana says herself in the videos. So then I'll be able to explain it better, right? But this is, most of the human drama is coming from fallen angels, from Density Universe 2. Like the Inky Anunnaki, not the brother Inky, that's a false narrative. The Inky Anunnaki from planet Nibiru, Phantom Nibiru, Density 2 Phantom Nibiru. These are angels, attacking our planet. In the Anunnaki, density 2 fallen angels attacking us in density 1 universe, Earth. Marduk, same thing. It's the Marduk Anunnaki who actually took over Nibiru from the Inky Anunnaki. Now they were in control. The Marduk Anunnaki are the ones that actually distorted Earth's grids with Battlestar Nibiru. So these are fallen angels. They're called angels because they're coming from the second density. Now, this is a very interesting PDF. Angelic realities. Density 2 realities. Density 2 beings, carbon etheric beings, are the ones effing with humans. They're bullies. They come to a lower planet with less intelligence, less frequency, less technology. They can dominate us. They come and hybridize with our humans race. They, like the Book of Enoch, they went and slept with our female humans and create hybrids, but that's not the main way. The main way they create hybrids is through genetics, by just combining it with their DNA. So now they have, see, when you're not studying these teachings, you don't know why they did that. It's a military takeover. It's a military tactic for them to hybridize with our DNA. Now there's hybrids on Earth with these hybridized angels. They can now incarnate their soul into that DNA. These beings, the Inky Anunnaki, for example, the Enlil Anunnaki, the Marduk Anunnaki, the Nephilim Anunnaki, they can come into our planet through these hybrids. Their soul projects into the soul integration process, just like a human projects into the soul integration process, into the fetus. A hybrid fetus. So their soul essence can go into a hybrid fetus. A fallen angelic hybrid. Now, the other reason why they do that is because the other half is human. The other half has human codes, human DNA, human access. They want some of that access. So this is why they hybridize with this. It's not something they did that's cute. There's a purpose behind it, an intention to make a hybrid race. I can't say it because I'll get attacked for it. But I've already said it, basically. Like the Sumerians were a hybrid race. They weren't humans. Why do you think they were worshiping the Nibirian Anunnaki? Okay? But we got so many narratives out there, so many people who want to agree or just got this false light inversion. But this is why you got this book, man. This is about beings, the ETs. Angels are ETs from the higher second universe. That's what angels are. You're not going to hear nothing like this from biblical scripture. Let me put this on the screen. We're going to be, in about 10 minutes, we're going to end this live, you guys. So we have a little bit of time, 10 more minutes. I'll put angelic realities on the screen. And somebody, one of the moderators, you can please link that as well. Let me see if I got that. I thought I have it, or maybe I don't. I don't see it. Okay. Angelic realities. Now you know what an angel is. It's any being from the second universe. Representatives of the Guardian Alliance. Who these intruder races are. These alien beings who are intruding on us. Primary intruder races. Who are the visitors? Who are the angels? They're multidimensional beings coming from the second universe. I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them, that's who we are involved with. These are our succubus. These are our demonic beings. These are our fallen angel beings that we're sensing, perceiving. Some people interacting with. Some people are in magic systems, they call it invocation. They're invocating angels from the second universe. Has nothing to do with some nonsensical spiritual realms. They're literal physical realities, temporal realms of creation. Visitors, how these angels contact you and manipulate you. How these beings from the second universe contact you. Let's look at that. Page 10. Wait, did I pass page 10? No, this is the preface. Well, this PDF isn't very well organized. Oh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How these angels from the second universe, ETs, contact you. Pre-birth arrangements, physical visitation, ships, manifestations, plasma ships, Merkaba. They contact you through telepathy. These angels, whether they're fallen angels or positive angels, they communicate you with these 8 primary methods, you guys. Dream state, in your dreams, through channeling, through the, like Ashana does, Kelantic communication modules, CDD plates. This body of knowledge, these books next to me, the ones that you read yourself, they're coming from these higher dimensions. They also contact you through, you also interact through abductions, invitation, Merkaba teleportation. And this is the 7 different ways that they F with you. F with humans. They monitor you. Physical and astral abduction. You know, they'll put implants in you and tag you, track you, monitor you. Scalar mind control. That's not Earth technology, homie. They use EMP technologies, scalar pulse, bioneurological blocking, frequency fence. A fence means it's blocked. They're blocking frequency fence. They use something called holographic inserts. They use audio inserts. They use frequency implants. These are much more evolved, much more intelligent beings from the second universe, effing with humans and using this high tech. They communicate with and use the technology of crop circles. Hello, the Guardians are telling you what they're for. Mass scalar frequency transmitters. They're not just cute geometries, homie. That these frequencies affect the scalar template of our bodies. But not all are negative. They also use disinformation through government. Oh, I wonder, there's some issues with our government? Maybe. Government infiltrates, ET contact, again, channeling and angel visits. You think you're channeling some human-looking angel that's like Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel? They will tell you they're Archangel Michael. Like one of the guys I interviewed, telling me, I guess you could say, trying to correct me and saying that Archangel Michael's a good guy because I connected to him. I channeled Archangel Michael, so he's a good guy. Notice how the Guardians put this in quotes. Not angel visits, but you think they're angel visits. Physical implants inserted during abduction. You guys are seeing UFOs throughout your life. You think you've been abducted? You probably got a freaking implant. Because remember, they monitor you. I'm not trying to highlight all that. What's up? Hey, man. Trying to control this shit? Page 43. I'll reopen this PDF then. Shit. Okay, so physical implants. Also shape-shifting and cloning infiltration. You hear all this stuff about cloning. Oh, cloning doesn't exist. Movie stars aren't cloned. People have talked about cloning. There's cloning going on. Even the Guardians have used cloning. It's a technology. These beings know about genetics. Hello, it's not hard for them. Essence displacement, body snatching. Why have the visitors returned? Because throughout human history, humanity was always at the center of interstellar conflict. Because the human lineage has been created as a master race to serve as guardians because we're 12-strand beings and keepers of the interplanetary. That's the stargates that they're trying to get. They want our Aminte stargates of the time portals. We have access to time portals. Hello, SG-1, soft disclosure, Stargate 1, Stargate Atlantis, soft disclosure. Humans are guardians of the stargates. Humans are guardians of time travel. It's not a joke. It's not sci-fi. It's a real thing. The Guardians are hinting to you. We actually have free energy systems within our 15-dimensional time matrix. Why have they returned? All planets and stars have stargates at their core. There's sun stargates. That's what a star is. Sun, star, same thing. All planets and stars have stargates. And that's including our planet, Earth, and our sun. There's stargates in the sun that the Guardians use, that we use, that aliens use. There's stargates on our planet that we Guardians use and the aliens use. Stargates are real. Hello? What was that Jodie Foster story I was telling you? Which open and close at various points in long-term cycles. There's the halls of Amenti I mentioned. This is history that you can read in the Angelic Realities. We give you the free PDF. You have incentive. The Painted Desert. These are the main vortices on Earth. You tell me stargates don't exist? The Guardians are telling you exactly where these vortices are. There's one in the Painted Desert of Arizona. There's one in Jerusalem. There's one in the Himalayan mountains. These things are real. There's one in Egypt. All kinds of activity in Egypt. Machu Picchu, I've been there. My twin flame has been there. There's been in Russia, Caucasus Mountains, Andes Mountains, South America. Now, if you look at the dates, this one closed January 2. It took a time. It took 5 years to close, but it completely closed by January 2022. This one took time too, but it completely closed in June, in the summer. So we got these 3 stargates. Five stargates. I can't, it's not letting me highlight this. So the next one to close will be the Machu Picchu. You guys, go check out Machu Picchu before 2029. It started to close this year. It's going to take 4 more years to close. It's in progression mode, maybe. They call it the stellar activation gate. Well, this is the stellar closing gate, period. This one will close in 2035. This one, SG3, will close in 2038. And SG2 will close in 2042. And the last one, 2047 in Arizona. You guys, this is when the angels will stop visiting as much. Without these gates, it's harder to get here from another universe. So this is a badass freaking, this is a simple PDF, book. I don't know why in the world she put it all in capital letters. That's kind of like nerve-wracking, but this is very valuable information. She talks about parallel Earth, inner Earth relationships. You learn about the big picture. Hybridization is a reason for abduction, homie. Why did the great aliens abduct cows, mutilate cows? Why did they abduct humans? They're doing hybridization. They're messing around with genetics. 3 contemporary hybridizations: the Black Sun reptilians, the Belial Sun Anunnaki, and the Diamond Sun Indigo Children, human race, angelic humans. The Black Suns, like I said, Zeta Dracos, human, and the reptilian types, Nephilim, recently since the 1930s. It's a little bit after World War I. Belial Sun Anunnaki humans. This is what the Indigo Children type 3s are trying to heal. Several types, such as the Nephilim, Nibirian, since 1975. Diamond Sun original human, including the Indigo Children. Okay, this is the big picture. The hybrids are a big deal. The ETs are here. Not just in the sky, not just in a mothership, not just in an underground base. They're freaking walking amongst us, man, in different hybrid lines. Where do you think the one world order comes from? Not from free world order systems, but one world order system. Angels and ETs. Angels are ETs, ETs are angels. That's what tonight's video is about. I don't want to go over time, but you guys are getting the picture. This is a cool book, man. It's a simple book, and a lot of it's in all caps, but it's actually very informative Guardian teaching. And we here at Christos Avatar help you get that for free. It's online out there. It's been out there for years, so it's available to you. What's up, homies? Any last minute donations? No. It's okay. That's all right. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. I hope you guys learned something about angels and archangels. The real truth. There's a lot of detail in tonight's video. I even showed you some cool videos of angels. So I hope you guys, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. I encourage you guys to go through these PDFs. We give you these 3. Our moderators just gave you these for free. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars. You can go to Ashiana's website and get them for $60, but these books are out of print. Might as well get the 3-ring binder if you want a physical copy, unless you're willing to pay hundreds of dollars. It doesn't cost hundreds of dollars. Look, that's how much it's supposed to cost. But on Amazon and eBay, people are charging hundreds of dollars. Don't believe me? Check. Look at the title. Here's the title. Look and see how much it costs online. This is how much it's supposed to cost. It doesn't cost this much anymore. Or you can get the digital PDF and download it to any device you want. Machiwa. Blessings to all of you and your spiritual awakening. Those are the real angels, and even humans are angels, but that has become dormant in our awareness, in our biology, in our spirit. This is why we're going through a spiritual awakening. Some of us are, some people are falling, some people are just rinsing and repeating. Birth, age, die, reincarnate. Birth, age, die, reincarnate. You're not going nowhere. or you're falling, I would rather go the path of order and expand my consciousness and develop my extrasensory abilities. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me tonight. And our beautiful brothers and sisters in chat, we have a very positive community, beautiful community, awakening community, around the world, global community. So we usually don't have trolls. Even though I have moderators, we don't have trolls that often. Everyone's very peaceful and loving and excited to learn, and excited to grow, and excited to socialize with our brothers and sisters. I love you, my twin flame. I miss you, baby. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Say it with me, brothers and sisters. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. These are called the freedom teachings. Machiwa. I'll see you guys on Tuesday night. I hope I do. We'll have another interesting show for you all. I don't like that word, but I say it. You all, everybody. I hope to see you guys soon. And keep on shining that Christic light in every circumstance of your life. Every opportunity you can. Speak about unity consciousness. Speak about Christ consciousness. Speak Christic truth. Machiwa. Vato locos in Christ. Spiritual gangsters. Emerald order for life. Where you from, I say? Where's your hood? What's your vadio? My vadio is the Emerald Covenant. That's my homeboys, my homegirls. Source God is my connection. No ET God for me. No self-proclaimed archangel or angel ET God for me. Thank you guys. Gratitude and respect. Machiwa. Namaste. Aho. I'll see you guys soon. Gratitude. I love you unconditionally. Omni love. Joy, grace, bliss, mindfulness, trust, accountability, responsibility, impeccability, self-sovereignty, self-love. Good night. Angelic humans, angels and archangels and avatars and rishi and kundere and unisai. Good night. See you soon. Machiwa.